Now, I just want to start off this video by saying I'm generally quite a private, you could even say lonely guy. And I'm not ashamed of saying that because this is how I chose to live my life. Here's a quick story for you. So the other day, there's a complete system failure at work, and everybody's just messing around. And all the people just start getting into their little friend groups. So everybody's sitting around and talking, and I'm as always in the corner because I don't I don't have any friends. So I'm just sitting there drinking my coffee, about to go into prayer room. I was starting to wonder how many of these people are actually friends. Because I'm looking at their body language, right? Because I'm very analytical. And I can tell just from how they're moving, like their eyes, that they're not really being truthful to themselves. Now, this might sound a little bit cringe to you. I'm just looking around in the corner like that meme, like at the party. They don't know that I'm a millionaire or something. But it wasn't like this. I'm just looking around and I'm just deeply contemplating. There is a difference between people being themselves and trying to be someone else. Now, imagine you are at a gathering with me. If I was trying to be someone else, this is how I would look like. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I went there yesterday and then there were so many people that I actually had to go home because of that. You get it? Yeah, because they was like this and then they all went like that. That's how I would sound like. Whereas if you catch me next to my proper friends and we are at a gathering, this is how I would be. Yeah, bro, I mean, even that whole thing with that other guy, that really didn't make sense to me, honestly. Like, I'm not even sure why he did that, but I'm assuming there was some reason. I mean, it's gotta be. That's how I would sound. So basically, everybody at that party was being a clown. Like, imagine there's a clown, you invited him to your kid's show, and he has to act a certain way because it's his job. Like, he has to act like playful and fun. This is how these people act day by day. The problem with acting like that is that it takes up too much of your energy. It takes a lot of effort, like mental effort, to try to regulate how you are viewed by other people all the time. And truthfully, the reason people have to act like that is because they are friends with their friends by default. They're not friends because they have some sort of a mental connection, like values or, not even culture most of the time. It's just based on the fact that they happen to be physically in the spot to be friends. Maybe they sat together at work, or maybe they just happen to go to the same mosque and they happen to be the same age, so they get invited to the same events. That's how people find friends. And so if you think about it, he's you and he's your friend. And there's something in the middle that sort of bonds you guys together. It almost acts like a barrier. You're not really friends for any reason. You're only friends because there's something in between you. It's like a bridge. Now, I'll explain to you what a true friendship looks like. So, a couple of years ago, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, I was working at a bakery with some of my friends. One of my friends got the job, he got all of us in, and it's the boys, right? I know these guys from high school, we go all the way back. I was spending way too much time in the break room. I'm gonna admit, I was being, I was being a complete idiot. And it got to a point where they were starting to think about firing me. Whereas one of my friends who actually got me the job, he was about to be promoted to a manager level, right? And at some point, I was actually working really hard. Like, even though I was spending too much time in the break room, I was still getting more work done than 90% of people just because I'm a G. And and basically one day they just decided to fire me, even though I was doing really well. When that happened, guess what my friend did? You're not gonna guess it. He literally went up to the employer and said, "You just fired Boris. He was a really good employee. This is not fair. And if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna quit as well." And then the employer was basically like, "Well, you can leave if you want. We don't care." And he just left. And basically the whole system broke down because he was like holding it up in a way. Whenever I think about that story, it always brings a smile to my face. It reminds me of what true masculine friendships are. If you think about the story, it's all about aggressively choosing your boys over everything else. Because in this life, as men, we don't have too much more than each other. If you go to work, they will be doing nothing but trying to take advantage of you. The whole society is sort of against us. Like, I've made videos about this before. We have to start putting our brothers over everything, or except for Deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course. I would argue you have to put your boys over your wife. If you don't do that, I can almost guarantee you your wife is not going to treat you the same as if it was. She's not going to respect you as much because she's just She's just so high in your priorities list, and secretly women, let's be real, they get turned off by that. Going back to that story, I forgot to mention, so right after we all got fired, like it basically like five of us got fired afterwards, right? It was a weird thing that happened. We all went and found that company's Instagram. It was like a photo of pies that they posted. And basically, we all commented on that same photo. One of us in particular commented, "Bro, those chicken pies taste like ass." And we all just flooding the comments with hate just because they fired me. Now we were all coming after them. It was just so funny. And although it might be a very inappropriate thing to do, whatever, but you have to admit that's pretty damn funny. Something like that has to trigger something deep inside you, like a masculine instinct. It's like you're boys against the world and you're always together no matter what. So anyway, the point of this video, don't be friends with someone just because it's convenient, just because you have no one else to hang out with. And that's the reason most people are friends with each other. Like if you think about your friend group, do you really think they are genuine friends? Do you really think they will be there for you if everything that sort of bonds you guys together, say you always play video games together, and suddenly none of you can play video games anymore? Or you guys go to mosque and suddenly someone starts going to a different mosque. Are you guys still gonna be friends? Or same thing if you guys change schools or whatever, do you really think you guys are still going to be close? How do you think you act when you're around them? Are you putting on a show? Are you being like, "Hey, let's go, Abdullah," and you're trying to come off like more fun or more funny or whatever than you are? If any of those are true, and I think that this will probably be true for 90% of people who will click on this video, I need you to start reevaluating what you think friendship means. So how are you supposed to find friends? Now, a prime example is this channel. If you think about it, I have about 1,000 subscribers, just a bit more. We all are from different parts of the world. We have no physical connection. We don't even share anything, probably. You know, some of us go to uni, some of us are working, some of us are just, I don't know, staying at home, I don't know. But we all have the exact same mentality. If we all came into one building together, if we organized an event where we're all hanging out, imagine how well we would get along. The stuff I talk about in my videos, we would discuss those things so hard, bro. We'd be like, that's right, the hijab is out of line. That's right, everything is out of control. You know, we'll just be talking about these things for hours and hours and hours. That's the sort of friendships that you should be looking for, people who share the exact same values as you. And unfortunately, the only way to really find that in this day and age is to go out there and pursue your goals really, really hard. A lot of the people that I clicked with have been from martial arts gyms. So I meet guys that are, you know, training, they're praying, they are doing their thing, and suddenly I start to click off with them. Like, if I'm working in sales and I'm going to gym after, like training, like a martial arts gym, and there's another guy coming with me and that person, we have very similar mentalities. Because it's pretty obvious that we are both trying to pursue mental toughness. Because both sales and martial arts, it gives you that, right? So you have to get ultra niche of what you want to be. Figure out exactly your interests and go and pursue them. And before you know it, you're going to start finding people with the exact same mentality as you. If you found any sort of value from this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to rate my outfit. Tell me what you think about it. Should I wear this exact thing on every single video, or should I never wear it again? Let me know in the comments, give me a like, and watch out for that next video, because this next one is going to be pretty fire, bro.